Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Before starting the video, please subscribe and keep watching for more details videos. Caitlin Clark reacts to Pacers' thrilling victory against Thunder in Game 1 of NBA Finals. Indiana Fever star Caitlin Clark had the same reaction as most basketball fans on Thursday evening as the Pacers shocked the Oklahoma City Thunder with a late rally to win Game 1 of the NBA Finals. Pacers star Tyrese Halliburton scored the game winner with a 21-foot pull-up jump shot before the buzzer. "You can't make it up," Clark said in a post on X that was followed up by 17 laughing emojis. The Fever guard has been at several home games for the Pacers this postseason to witness what she has described as the greatest comeback team she has seen. The Pacers have staged several big comebacks these playoffs, a few of them capped off by Halliburton game winners. Clark could potentially be in attendance for Game 3 on Wednesday, following the Fever's road game against the Atlanta Dream on Tuesday. The Indiana Pacers' thrilling Game 1 win over the Oklahoma City Thunder in the NBA Finals. The story blends her identity as a rising WNBA star and cultural icon with her roots in Indiana basketball culture. Caitlin Clark reacts to Pacers' thrilling victory against Thunder in Game 1 of NBA Finals by a "Who's Your Heartbeat?" It was a humid June night in Indianapolis, and the Gainbridge Fieldhouse was roaring like it hadn't roared in decades. Yellow and navy confetti rained from the rafters. Tyrese Halliburton stood at center court, arms raised in triumph, sweat glistening amid the floodlights, as the Pacers snatched Game 1 of the NBA Finals from the Oklahoma City Thunder in a heart-stopping 117-115 finish. Somewhere just a few rows behind the scorer's table, Caitlin Clark was on her feet. "Let's go," she shouted, her voice barely heard over the eruption around her. She wasn't in her typical black and gold Fever gear tonight. Instead, she wore a retro Reggie Miller jersey and Pacers snapback turned backward, a nod to another era, but her heart beat very much in the present. Clark, the No. 1 overall pick in the 2024 NBA draft, and already the face of the Indiana Fever, had just wrapped up a team shoot-around earlier that day. But when word got out that she'd be at the game, camera crews started lining up, because wherever Caitlin Clark goes these days, the spotlight follows. "I had to be here," she said post-game, her voice still buzzing with excitement. "I mean, Game 1 of the Finals, in Indy? You dream of stuff like this growing up, and now it's all happening right here." But for Clark, it's more than just fandom. It's about legacy, momentum, movement. From the Hawkeyes to Hoosierland. Just over a year ago, Caitlin Clark was shattering NCAA records at Iowa, launching 30-footers with ease and becoming a national sensation. Her arrival in the WNBA was seismic, not just because of her scoring, but because she represented something bigger: the collision of stardom and substance, spectacle and sincerity. Now barely months into her rookie WNBA season with the Fever, she's already embraced Indiana as home. "Indiana is a basketball state," she often says. "It's in the soil, and it's in the people." So when the Pacers punched their ticket to the finals, after a 24-year drought, Clark knew she couldn't miss the ride. A game for the ages. Game 1 had everything. Jalen Williams and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander trading buckets with Halliburton and Benedict Mathurin. A fourth-quarter comeback after the Pacers trailed by 12. A final possession that saw Pascal Siakam tip in the game winner with 2.1 seconds left. "I was screaming," Clark laughed, recalling the final sequence. "I think I spilled popcorn on the guy next to me. Total mayhem." But that's what sports are supposed to be. That's what makes Indy electric. She had a point. The game was one of those that transcends the scoreboard. It felt like a coronation. Not just for the Pacers, but for Indiana basketball culture at large, where both the men's and women's games were now leading headlines, hand in hand. "I think what's happening here is so special," she said. "People talk about dynasties or super teams. But what Indiana's building, both with us in the W and the Pacers in the NBA, it's organic. It's about chemistry. And it's about heart." Rising tides and shared spotlight. After the game, Halliburton made his way courtside. He spotted Clark, broke into a grin, and gave her a quick dap. "She's a real one," he said later in his presser. "What she's doing for women's basketball, for this city, it's incredible. We feed off that. Indy is hoop heaven right now." Indeed, there's been a noticeable synergy. Fever games are selling out. Pacers games have become events. The city's basketball culture, once nostalgic for Reggie Miller's glory days or Bobby Knight's discipline, now feels electric, progressive, and, most importantly, united. Clark, still basking in the post-game afterglow, hinted at what that means for the future. "Imagine this city if we both win titles in the same year," she said with a sly grin. The parade would last days. Basketball as a love language. For Caitlin Clark, the game has always been about connection. It's why she signs every autograph, smiles for every selfie, answers every question from a young girl holding a homemade poster. And it's why she was at Game 1. Not because she had to be, but because she wanted to be. Because she knows what it means for a 10-year-old kid in the bleachers to see both a WNBA phenom and an NBA Finals thriller in the same week and realize that dreams come in every shape, gender, and jersey. She gets it. She lives it. And maybe that's why, when the Pacers clinched the win and the roar thundered through the building, Caitlin Clark didn't feel like a spectator. She felt like a part of something. The moment and the movement. Back in the Fever locker room a few hours later, long after the final buzzer and the post-game chaos had quieted, Clark posted a selfie to Instagram. Behind her, the scoreboard still glowed in the background. Her caption was simple. "Indy is cooking, let's keep it rolling." #Game1 #PacersFever. Within minutes, it was trending. Because this wasn't just Indiana's moment. It was basketball's moment. And Caitlin Clark, eyes full of fire and future, was right at the heart of it.